So today, here we are, we're at the Forks, and I'm here with my good friend Rob Fisher. He's down from Thompson, Manitoba, and this is what it looks like outside right now. It's kind of a strong wind blowing, it's cold, a little bit of snow coming down, but it's still melting. And this is, I guess, the While Walking K-12 Online Edition. This little video is specifically sent out to Rod Lucier. So Rod asked me in what ways does sharing small bits of media help to connect people. So here's one of the things I'm doing. This little video series that I started, this While Walking thing, started off as me just trying to find a way to capture what I was learning each day, like just try to force myself to do a little reflection and then share it. And SocialCam has made that really easy. And the thing with that is I often feel like no one's listening. Like I publish these videos and there's nobody there. Like no one says anything to me, or I don't get any feedback. And then someone will say to me, well, I'm walking, there was one I was really happy. And some guy walking by on the hall says to me, I don't want to see any more bloody videos of how happy you are on the internet because he's having a bad day. He's just pulling my chain. But then someone else will say to me, I'm looking forward to today's video. And I'm like, oh wow, so people are watching. And then the other day I got a tweet from Stacy Roshan who said, at DQ people are really enjoying your video series, which was kind of cool. And I'm just thinking like little bits. It doesn't have to be hard to share. And this was like the theme of one of my While Walking videos, was just find one little thing. Like maybe it's just a picture. I read Scott McLeod had these 20 talking points about stuff that he tells administrators. And two of them really jumped out at me, so I mashed them up with some strong visuals and shared them on Flickr and put them into the great quotes about learning in Change Pool. Got some nice feedback from Scott. He was grateful for that. And then shortly after, I see that Scott's now subscribed to my YouTube channel, I guess because I'm doing this. All of this stuff, I think, builds the social capital that allows us to do the kind of projects that you've been talking about, Rob, because the stuff you're doing, the things that are going on in your school, your teachers, like I think,
so
you got to talk a little bit about that.
I'll just tell you this one story that happened this week. So a guy came from Stonewall. We had our 50th anniversary. He was a graduate of Thompson, so he's in for the extra day. He asked me if he can come Monday and see what we're doing with Technology Infusion, because he said, I've got 40 iPads. I want to do some stuff. I kind of got a picture. I think what you're doing is kind of where I want to go. So can I come and talk to people and see what they're doing? So we're walking around the school, and every teacher are telling them what they're doing in classrooms. And what I said to them before I went into the rooms, I said, it's because people know that whatever happens is fine with me. Like, do it, fail,
trust you.
Nobody's going to get in trouble. So I'm walking in the classroom, the teachers are telling us how he's doing stuff with things that I don't even know what they're doing, like in Collaborize, and I walk out of the room and say, see what I mean? Like, I just got her started. Like, I kind of gave her a tool, said, do these kind of things. And this is a brand new teacher's on a term with us. Wow. And so then I told Kristen, I said, we got a visitor coming. Can you just talk about what you've been doing the last couple of years with the kids with the iPads?
Right.
So we walk in the room at 10:30, and so Kristen comes in. And what Kristen told the kids before Jeff walked in was, you're the experts. You're going to do something, and then you're going to show Jeff how you do it while you're doing it and what you create. Yeah. So there's like 17 kids in the class, and she starts saying, okay, somebody needs to go around the school and make a sonic pick of something. Somebody's got to make a movie of how you teach somebody some concept of math, kind of like Kern Academy, but the kids are doing it, and then when kids can't get it. These are all the different ways she's used the iPad in class.
Okay.
So she lists like 5 or 6 things, or maybe there's 8 things, and then she says, go. And so then I take Jeff up to the music room and show him some of the stuff we're doing with GarageBand and talk to the music teacher. Yeah. When I come back down about 15 minutes later, the kids are starting to show him these things. And he's saying, so the one kid comes up and says, okay, this is what I know about the war in the world right now. And he's showing him an iMovie of things that he's gathered to make sense of the data, pushed it into iMovie, and then produce and show understanding. All the literacy, the ICT stuff we talk about.
Excellent.
And Jeff's watching this with his kid, and these 2 kids are just pumped, like, look at what we made, kind of look at what we can do. And Jeff says to them, when did you start there? And the kid says, well, you saw us start it like 10 minutes ago. And I'm just going, oh my God, Kristen, like what the hell? And so afterwards I said to her, Kristen, like you didn't have to do that, like do the on-the-fly stuff. She said, well, I wanted to show them what the kids knew how to do, right? And so, but then what they did, they take these things, they push them onto YouTube when you're talking about the small bits of information. Yeah. So they create these things in iMovie or Sonic Pix, push it onto their YouTube channel, onto Kristen's YouTube channel. I can't remember what it is, but I'll tweet it out after so you can look at it. But basically what Jeff's doing is he's doing a conference later in February at COSO with principals in the province. And I said to him, like, use that channel, talk about what you saw us do, to share that small bits of information of what's possible with kids.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, that's what it is. It's these small little bits, these small little actions, visiting the school and talking to someone. It's the personal connections, I think, between people that facilitate that sharing of small bits. But I think it's like you said too, it's the small bits that we share.
Well, it's kind of like you said, like you kind of wonder, is anybody watching? So as I'm walking around, I'm thinking, okay, that's cool. So I tend to take a picture and say what the kid's doing, right? Or I see somebody doing something in music and whatever, and I kind of wonder if anybody's watching, but I don't know if I'm doing it for my own digital record of what I'm seeing, or whether I want people to see what we're doing. That's what I'm kind of hoping, is they see some kid doing something, and then they say, I wonder how you do that. Or just to see, like when you see a kindergarten kid doing colors and shapes with an iPod in the class, and he's doing a picture and he's taking a picture of the ceiling because he saw the square there, right? Yeah. So I mean, I tend to like to do that kind of thing. And you're right about the serendipity of what happens. Like I told you before we started recording, that I sent out a picture of a video. It was an Animoto that one of our teachers made for our 50th, and then somebody says, "Oh, that's cool." And I said, like, who are you, May-V? Yeah. Well, I'm May-V from Copel, Texas, and I graduated from 50 years ago. I was in Thompson in Westwood School. I graduated from Artie Parker. She graduated in 1977, and she says, yikes, Wow. But then, what happens because of that, at our meeting today, we're down here for an admin retreat, I say to Jonathan, the current vice principal, well, this May-V from Copel, Texas, he said, do you think maybe she'd Skype with us? So I DM her, do you want to Skype with Westwood? So next week, she's Skyping with Westwood School. So,
that's awesome. Yeah. And I think that's the point of everything we're saying here is like share small things, little things, regularly, and all sorts of good things come from that. Cheers.